So some white people got mauled by a pack of I probably shouldn't start the video with that. Black people ambush white people at Cincinnati Music Festival. 5 people charged. Insane. Absolutely insane. From the officer Tatum, I love this guy.
We have victims and suspects identified, and we have charged 5 people in this offense.
Yeah, racists, they gotta go. Gotta arrest them, get them out of there, get them off the streets.
The only way
the actual
to destroy
real
that
racists.
street violence is to take the thugs who engage in that violence and throw their ass in prison.
It's racial.
True.
This is black people feeling offended by white people, and they're taking their anger and frustration out on them because they're white.
Yep. And literally for no other reason.
Delay your next 2 mortgage payments. That's right.
Dude, and on threads, I see people talking about this kind of shit all the time. Just like random acts of violence against white people and wanting to commit these acts of violence. Like they're justified. And it's crazy how many people are just allowed to openly say it on social media.
Imagine putting those 2 payments in your pocket and finally getting a little
Same with like with the other side, going the other way.
breathing room. It's possible when you call American Financing today. If
Hey,
you're feeling
American
stretched by
Financing
everyday
again.
Americans,
They must have an ad campaign going on.
Now, 80net/Tatum.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this Cincinnati brawl is out of control. I saw it.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I'm just not going to cities. And it's not a race thing. It's literally a city thing. Because if I'm in a small town and I see some black people, I'm not going to think twice. But if I'm in like Memphis and I'm at McDonald's and then a whole bunch of black people come in out of nowhere, I'm going to be a little bit nervous.
Going around the internet over the weekend, and obviously,
So I'm just not going to Memphis.
I'm still on vacation, trying to be. And so I didn't want to comment on it till today, which is Monday, a working day for me. And so I just had to throw it out there, man. Can I say the quiet thing out loud? Can
Yes.
I say the quiet thing out loud? Why do we not see the reverse of these incidents? Somebody may argue, well, I don't know, 50, 60 years ago, 70 years ago, maybe there was a reverse.
That ain't now.
But in my entire lifetime, I have not seen the reverse of this type of behavior. It's not one time have I seen white people beat up black people like this. I mean, I get it, bro. I haven't seen the full video, and I'm not going to say who started it, but what I can see is who was way more aggressive and who will probably go to jail for the way they acted.
At this time, we have victims and suspects identified, and we have charged 5 people in this offense.
Just 5? Was that everybody involved?
I'm not going to release that information to you. I will say, if individuals were down there and participated in this event,
Okay, good.
it would be in their best interest to come turn themselves in at one of our police districts.
Okay, so they got 5 charged, but there were more.
We have 5 we have charged and anticipate more.
Damn. Good.
Let me be clear.
They know exactly who they are, too.
Anyone who put their hands on another individual during this incident in an attempt to cause harm will face consequences.
Good.
I don't care which side
Love
of
to
the
see it.
incident or the fight they were on. If they place their hands on somebody in an attempt to cause harm, that is unacceptable. This is still an open investigation, and all potential charges are being investigated for everyone involved. All investigative tools and techniques are on the table, including, were some of these individuals overserved at some local establishments? It is clear to us that alcohol played a part,
Of course it did.
significant part in this incident.
Young people and alcohol and a violent mindset, those things do not go together.
I want to thank every citizen who has come forward and provided us with information. Some of those tips have led to the charges being signed.
Awesome. I love when people actually are doing their due diligence and being good Samaritans and giving up information that they have. Because a lot of people, you know, of a particular variety, like the people who don't like white people who are black, who are filming things like this happening, they're not going to do anything about it, and they're going to cheer it on.
However, for us to have 100 or so people down there involved in and or watching this event,
that's a lot of people,
reporting with their cell phones, and for us to get only one phone call of this incident is unacceptable in this city. One person did the right thing and called 911.
If a person is
Is that really their fault, though? Because it seems to me like in cities, calling 911 usually doesn't do anything. They're pretty trained on not calling the cops. So I don't know. I don't know if I'd give it that. I think that's kind of on the city.
instigates an argument or a fight, once the person is down on the ground and they're no longer a threat, you have to stop kicking and stomping and beating them, or now you are putting yourself in a position to be the aggressor and now getting charged. Now you go and sucker punch a woman who apparently looked like she was just trying to break a fight. She didn't, it was no indication, and I watched the whole video, no indication that she punched anybody, no indication that she hit anybody. And even if she said something, that don't necessitate a guy from the left corner coming up and just sucker punching her. And this is how people...
Dude, I see videos of this happen all the time, where somebody tries to come in and help, and then here comes some random guy from out of nowhere to come stop the guy trying to help. And it's usually videos like this, where it's a group of black people that is mauling one or a couple of white people.
Lose their whole life to the prison system is that sucker punching people and they fall and bang their head on concrete and die when it was clearly not a provocation of a person standing to the left that's not engaged in the conflict. You will be charged with murder. So let's look.
Yeah, unfortunately, a group of black people attacking a white guy, some random black people are going to walk by and they're going to be like, yeah, get that honky, get that cracker. It happens so often. I don't see any videos like that from white people attacking black people.
Get some video footage, because obviously if you don't know about the situation that happened in Cincinnati, Ohio, after a particular event, I think it was the Cincinnati Music Fest. Watch the video and you tell me if you see the same thing I see. Roll the film.
Oh, we're gonna watch the video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then you got people just like screaming and cheering, like world star kind of attitude. What the fuck, man? That's terrifying. That gave me a really bad feeling in my gut. She is bleeding from her mouth. Oh man. That's unacceptable. And to whoever is over there helping her.
Help her out! Whoa!
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to just stand around filming. I probably would have been getting right in the middle of that, trying to break it up, because that's fucking insane. I probably would have been the guy that everybody would have beat up, because I would have started swinging at people who would start swinging.
So you can see, like I said, there doesn't seem to be a provocation.
Yeah, and I'll just fight it in court, man. I don't give a fuck. Arrest me.
There doesn't seem to be the guy that punched her was involved in this situation. And I want y'all to riddle me this. Are you telling me that the two white people are together, which it doesn't necessarily look like they are, maybe they are, and you telling me every single black person that's out there that's engaging in this conflict are all together in one group? Or do we see a mob rule of black versus white? They knock the white guy out, all the black people jumping in. I'm just telling you guys, and I'm gonna
that's how it goes. That's part of the culture of the streets.
The clip of the guy getting beat up next. But if we saw this happen to black people, I think the world would catch on fire. If two black dudes were at a country music concert, which you would never see happen because it's a cultural thing, let's keep it real. Two black dudes, or a black dude and a black woman is at a country music concert, and a white dude just sucker punches a black woman and knock her on the ground and she's out cold, and they kicking and stomping and beating on a black man, we would not hear the end of it.
I don't know if a country music festival would have been the right choice of... Those people at the country music festivals are usually really, really nice people because, for one, the country music that they're listening to is just full of lyrics about being nice to people and like being Christian and that kind of thing. So they're going to automatically be nice. I think probably you could have picked like a leftist punk rock show. Like, I don't know. That probably would have been a better choice because there's a lot more crazy white weirdos there who pretend that they're not racist, but then will beat up a black guy because they're racist, because they're not the right kind of black guy.
The question you need to ask yourself is why? Now let's watch the video of them beating up the man. Roll the clip.
Oh! They did it!
Yeah, unfortunate for that guy, he didn't know how to fight, man. That sucks. That really sucks when you're getting mauled like that and you don't know how to fight. God, and they're kicking him in the head too. Like that's straight up felony. That's like attempted murder. They're kicking somebody in the head while they're on the ground. And they're just like straight up playing with this guy. They're just kicking his ass for no reason. There might have been a reason starting out, but now they're just kicking his ass. Kicking him in the head, kicking him in the face. That's fucking disgusting. He seems just like, why is this happening? This is fucking crazy. Like, that dude needs to get the fuck out of there. What is he even doing?
You can't tell me that's not excessive.
There's
rumors that could have been rape.
But also, like, I think that guy might have had some mental health issues, because why the fuck was he sticking around just letting himself get beat up like that?
Racial terms thrown around or whatever the case may be. But listen, let me just put some perspective on this for you young black people. It is not a justification to beat a person unconscious and even kill them because they uttered a word that offended you by your own decision making. I mean, your choice to be defended or offended. If a person says the N-word to me, it is up to me whether or not I want to feel offended by a ignorant person that I don't know saying something ignorant to me.
Yeah, and by the way, if somebody calls you the N-word and then you kill them, you're going to prison for life, bro. That's fucking insane to kill somebody or attempt to kill somebody because they said a word that you were taught that was really bad. Which, by the way, just a fucking word. Real people don't care. It's the fucking apes and the morons who actually care.
Now, if I choose to be offended, that doesn't give you the right to beat a guy and beat him till he dies. Any one of those kids could have killed that guy. I don't know if people think that they're...
I think if they would have killed him, they still wouldn't have stopped, too. I think they still would have been beating him.
Exempt because a white person say the N-word, they're just exempt of all laws, and they can just beat a man to death, and everybody can start kicking and jumping on him and no consequences whatsoever. What are we even thinking? And I just want to encourage black folks and people of color, do not let a word cause you to lose your freedom.
Yep. And it's not black folks. It is retards. Because the real black people that I know, they don't give a fuck. If somebody calls them that word, they're just gonna be like, wow, that guy is a fucking idiot. And then they move on with their day.
It's just a word. And to be honest, why do you give power to an idiot who says the word? That's like a 3-year-old telling me that I'm stupid. It's like, well, he's a 3-year-old. Why do I get offended by a little child saying a term that they don't fully comprehend?
Because of the systemic racism, Mr. Tatum, Officer Tatum. If you don't fix his racism, he's going to go off somewhere and be racist, and a black person's not going to get a job. Don't you know?
Let alone an adult who's saying something to trigger you and that don't fully have the maturity to not say something stupid like that to a person, or they want to trigger you and you falling for the bait. Wouldn't you? And I don't mean to make the comparison because a 3-year-old ain't stupid. I'm just saying a 3-year-old's, the magnitude of what a 3-year-old says to you shouldn't offend you because it's a 3-year-old. Same thing with a somebody that's willing to call me the N-word. It's like, yeah, you're not even in the realm of like reasonable people. Like, why would I even listen to you? That's like me trying to listen to you for financial advice and you're poor with no credit.
You gotta go buy crypto, man. I made so much money. Crypto. Bitcoin's gonna hit $1 million. It's gonna hit $1 million. You better buy now.
And you've never owned anything and you're eating out of a trash can and you're gonna tell me financial advice. And if you told me I was dumb because I don't know what I'm doing with my money, I wouldn't even give you any credence because you clearly aren't worth the words that come out your mouth. Let's play the clip of them knocking out a woman, random. Roll the clip.
Sleep him again. Boom. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Are they just knocking out random white people now? The fuck? You hear them laughing too, like hyenas. That's some straight up monkey behavior. And they just always make these noises like, oh, the same noise over and over again. Like, oh, like, sure, say it one time because something crazy just happened, but they just keep making the same noise over and over again. Why? Because they're fucking retarded.
He shouldn't be outside. That was.
Nobody can say that this stuff is justified and nobody can say that this stuff is warranted. I mean, it wasn't a woman. I'm sorry. It wasn't a woman. It was a man that they hit and knocked out. But nobody can tell me that this is warranted. If you squaring up on somebody and y'all going blow to blow, that's different. You catching a person
mutual
over here
combat.
and you run up and sucker punch him like this. You can't tell me that you are in any danger and that you are actually trying to save the life of somebody else or preventing violence against somebody else when the guy's looking this way, walking and talking, and you come up and sucker punch him in the head. And I'm going to tell you this, and this is what I should have said from the very beginning, but it's racial. It's racial.
Yep.
This is white. This is black people feeling offended by white people, and they're taking their anger and frustration out on them because they're white.
Straight up racist.
That's just.
Yeah, they're pretending that the white people are the racist, but then they attack them because they don't like the white people, which makes them the actual real racists.
It's my personal opinion. And the sad part is, I've seen them do this to black people as well. But in this unique situation, I think the reason they jumped on them is because they were white. But if you move past that point, you say you would never see a video in modern American society in the last 50 years where you see black people getting jumped on and beat up at an event like this. Mass amounts of black people white people just stomping and beating up black people. I have never seen a video. I have never in my life.
You're not going to see it.
I've been doing YouTube for probably about 6 years now, 5 years now. I have never in my life seen a video where white people are beating up black people like that.
You might see it at like a leftist protest against a right-wing black person. That's probably where you'll see it. A bunch of wine moms trying to attack a black guy because he's the wrong kind of black guy.
Kicking, stomping, sucker punching. I've never seen it. Can you explain? And the reason I say 6 years, because I've done thousands of, I think I've probably done 3,000 videos.
And I believe
I'm on
them.
the internet almost 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah, all these people are disgusting, and like, people like Officer Tatum, people like Colin Noir, Amala Ekpunobi, you know, these types of people that I react to. I think that they are the real people that black people should be looking up to. These types of people that actually are like, for the good of humanity and are not racist at all and actually like just people in general, not just one race and don't like people because of their race. You can dislike the culture. I think this is an inferior culture. I think that I could say that. And it's not a black thing. It's not. It's just a culture that happens to be black people. And they keep themselves down, not because they are black, but because they think that they are put down by the man, and they put themselves down because of it. And they keep themselves down, and they keep committing crimes and shit. And they're like, oh, they keep arresting my boys. Well, how about you teach your boys not to commit crime?
Every single day for 6 years.
Get them some better role models.
And I have never come across a video where white people are doing this. I just got to say this, man. Black people, y'all need to do better, man. This ain't no flex. This ain't cool. It's only cool in the hood. It's only cool amongst your homeboys. But in the criminal justice system, this ain't.
Yeah, it's cool until they get locked up and everybody forgets about them. And then they're sad because nobody wants to hear about the problems that they have in prison. And they only want to talk about their problems outside of prison. And they're just like, man, I'm living in a bathroom with other guys.
Ain't cool. You go to prison for life doing stuff like this. And in the real world, where there's other people who live peacefully and want to abide by the law, and you guys look completely animalistic in your behavior, and it needs to stop. Comment in the comment section if you agree with me.
Yeah, you don't even really got to follow the law. It's just don't do criminal shit. Don't be evil out in public. Don't be evil at all. It's not that fucking hard to not be evil, man. Especially that kind of evil.
You don't have to, but if you agree with me, comment in the comment section and let me know what you think about it. And I'll say this last part about JD Vance.
There was a group of people who attacked a couple folks on the street in Cincinnati. Senator Bernie Moreno, some others have spoken out about it, have been critical of it.
Okay, yes. So what I saw, and I haven't seen the full context, but what I saw is a mob of lawless thugs beating up on an innocent person.
Oh, you can't call black people thugs, Mr. JD Vance. You are a racist, sir.
And it's disgusting, and I hope every single one of those people who engage in violence is prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
True.
And they will be. They will be so long as law enforcement in the state of Ohio takes their job seriously. I know Dave Yost cares a lot about these things, but yeah, I actually...
it seems like they're doing that.
Bernie did send me a clip of this, and we talked a little bit about it. I don't know the full context. I don't know how the fight started, but the one part that I saw that was really gruesome is you had a grown man who sucker punched a middle-aged woman, and where I come from, at least, when you have a grown man who sucker punches a middle-aged woman, that person ought to go to jail for a very long time, and frankly, he's lucky. He's
lucky he didn't get beat in the street right there. But all these people are fucking animals.
There weren't some better people around because they would have handled it themselves, but if they're not gonna handle it...
Yeah, try it in a small town. That's what we like to say.
The cops in Cincinnati, the law enforcement, you've got to prosecute people. We've had way too much lawlessness on the streets of great American cities. How many of you all have wanted to go to downtown Akron or downtown Canton or downtown Columbus for a meal, but you're worried because the local authorities in these big cities have allowed lawlessness to run wild?
Yeah, I don't go to cities because of that, because of the crime mostly, and it stinks. There's nothing really to do. There's so much to do that there's nothing to do.
Got to make great American cities safe again for families and children. If you want to take your wife or your children out for a meal, you shouldn't be worried about street violence, and the only way to destroy that street violence is to take the thugs who engage in that violence and throw their ass in prison.
Yep. And you shouldn't have to worry about seeing some naked guy in the street. You really shouldn't. Don't go to San Francisco.
And, you know, I like what he said in part, but again, JD Vance don't know what happened, how it started, but I would agree.
Yeah, and he's probably not going to say something too harsh about the racial issue component behind it.
Him that is atrocious and is something that's
yeah, people like me, we wouldn't be able to be leaders because we would get canceled for the things that we say, even though we probably are the type who you would want to be leader, because people like me, we say some crazy shit, but we don't ever believe it because we're not actually racist.
Terrible to watch. It's uncalled for. Violence of this nature is completely uncalled for.
Man, I love Officer Tatum. I love all these people. Man, I love black people. No, I'm not going to say that. Oh, I guess I just did. Fringe. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the bell for all notifications.